Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Gopijana Vallabha Girivardhari. Gopijana Vallabha Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Jai Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada, 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 Jai Prabhupada, Vishnupad Paramahamsa Padiva Jagacharya Astutarasata Sri Srimadi Divine Grace ISKCON Founder Acharya Jagadguru Sri Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Padiva Jagacharya Astutarasata Sri Srimadi Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananta Guru Vaishnavrinda Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridasa Kura Ki Jai. Prem Pura Shri Krishna Chaitanya Gaura Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopal Gopinath Shyama Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Ki Jai. Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Mathura Dham Ki Jai. Navadvip Mayapur Dham Ki Jai. Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai. Jamuna Mai Ki Jai. Ganges Mai Ki Jai. Tulasi Devi Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Nitai Gaura Premanandi. All glorious assembled devotees. All glorious assembled devotees. All glorious assembled devotees. Glory to Shri Shri Guru Shri Gauranga Namo Vishnu Padya Krishna Taibutale Smati Bhoti Trita Shamsha Namaste Krishna Prabhupada Shitam Shri Gaura Karana Shakti Bhoti Trita Narayam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devi Saraswati Vyasam Tato Jayam Dhirayet Nashtapraisha Patreshu Nityam Bhagavatam Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhakti Bhavati Naisige Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Ajnanatirmirandasya Jnanandjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dharati Swavadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Papadakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamsa Shri Rupam Sagradatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadekam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahavana Lalita Shri Visakam Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopisa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Bhakta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishavanusude Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vanchakalpataruyascha Vasundurayavacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Shastatra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 28. Puranjana becomes a woman in the next life. Text number 47. Atmanam sochati dinam. Atmanam sochati dinam. Abandon viklava shubhi. Abandon viklava shubhi. Sanab asitya vipine. Sanab asitya vipine. Sushanam prarudasan. Suswaram prarudasan. Atmanam sochati dinam. Abandon viklabhashvi. Stanavasitya vipine. Sushranam prarudasa. Susharam prarodasa. Matajis. Atmanam sochati dinam. Abandam prakavashubhi. Sanabhasitya vipine. Susharam prarodasa. Atmanam, about herself. Sochati, lamenting. Dinam, wretched. Abandon, without a friend. Viklava, broken-hearted. Ashrubihi, by tears. Stanau, her breasts. Asitya, waiting. Vipine, in the forest. Suswaram, loudly. Praruroda, began to cry. Sa, she. Translation and purport by Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Being now alone and a widow in that forest, the daughter of Dhira began to lament, incessantly shedding tears, which choked her breasts, and crying very loudly. Please repeat the translation. Being now alone, and a widow in the forest, the daughter of Dhira began to lament, incessantly shedding tears, which choked her breasts, and crying very loudly. Purport. Figuratively, the queen is supposed to be the disciple of the king. Thus, when the mortal body of the spiritual master expires, his disciples should cry exactly as a queen cries when the king leaves his body. However, the disciple and spiritual master are never separated because the spiritual master always keeps company with the disciple as long as the disciple follows strictly the instructions of the spiritual master. This is called the association of Vani words. Physical presence is called a Vapu. As long as the spiritual master is physically present, the disciples should serve the physical body of the spiritual master. And when the spiritual master is no longer physically existing, the disciples should serve the instructions of the spiritual master. That is the end of Srila Prabhupada's purport to text 47 of Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 28, entitled Puranjana Becomes a Woman in the Next Life. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Being now alone and a widow in that forest. The daughter of Dhira began to lament, incessantly shedding tears, which choked her breasts and crying very loudly. Srila Prabhupada said, this is how a disciple should feel when the spiritual master physically disappears. Disciples should cry. One will cry if we have feeling for the person. We cannot have feeling for a person and you cannot cry. If you have feelings, you will cry because you feel the absence of the person. It's compared to a woman and the king. The woman represents the disciple and the king represents the spiritual master. There is an eternal relationship between a bona fide spiritual master and a bona fide disciple. We sing every morning, Chakshudan Dilo Je Janme Janme Prabhu Say. The relationship we have with the spiritual master is eternal. Of course, that relationship is the spiritual master who gives you prema. Either a diksha who gives or a shiksha who gives. The one who gives you prema is your eternal spiritual master. The relationship is permanent here and in Goloka. That spiritual master, while he is here in this material world, but physically, it is a duty for us to establish relationship. The relationship is based on the quality of the service which we render to the spiritual master. The service which we render and our loyalty to the spiritual master. When a disciple is loyal and obediently executes the instructions of the spiritual master, as Prabhupada said here, however, the disciple and spiritual master are never separated because the spiritual master always keeps the company with the disciple as long as the disciple follows strictly the instructions of the spiritual master. One who has an official relationship with the spiritual master or a managerial relationship with the spiritual master will not have feelings when the spiritual master disappears physically, not feelings, because the relationship is not spiritual. It's based on management, which is material. Management is not perfect. And superficial relationship or those who do hero worship would not have good relationship with the spiritual master. Hero worship is different from Guru Puja. They're not the same. So bona fide disciples who have established the relationship with the spiritual master through sincere service. Sincere service is service which is done without motivation. It is done to please the spiritual master. The motivation is to please the spiritual master. And this loyalty. Loyalty means one is obedient to the spiritual master by following his instructions. It is said in the fourth canto here, many places here in the fourth canto, particularly to Prithu Maharaj, he carried the instruction of the spiritual master on the head. Means it is executed. One who executes the order of the spiritual master will establish a connection. When one is thinking about the spiritual master, one is meditating on the spiritual master, looking at the activities of the spiritual master, which make you to have him as your spiritual master, that qualities that you see, that it makes you to say, this is my spiritual master. That quality should be glorified, should be meditated upon. Disciples who do this, who have this kind of relationship, they will establish a connection. And that connection is eternal. It is not a mechanical connection, it is a spiritual connection. For those disciples, there is no separation because the connection is spiritual, not material, not the body. The body is temporal, but the spiritual connection is eternal. Our activity for the spiritual master is eternal. Actually, we are practicing what we are going to do eternally in the spiritual world. This is a training ground. We are practicing, we are learning our eternal occupation with Krishna, with the spiritual master. And that relationship has to be established here. Those who have managerial relationship will not last in the movement. When the spiritual master is not here, we will be having our mind as our deity, not the spiritual master. And we will not survive, we will not last. All along, the spiritual master had been covering us by his physical presence, not by his spiritual, not by spiritual activity. So it is very, very important for us to understand how to develop this connection. So we wrote that book, A Spiritual Connection, to teach devotees how to establish relationship with the spiritual master. In actual sense, this movement is, if you look very carefully, the first thing you do in the morning is what? The spiritual master. Right? After that, the next program is what? The spiritual master. Good puja. The next one is what? The spiritual master is going to speak the philosophy of the scripture. The whole thing is based on the spiritual master. He is the one to train us to understand Krishna. So he is said to be the representative of Krishna. He is the representative. The representative is one who carry the potency of the person we represent, that he represents. We carry the potency, we carry the message. So we use the word His divine grace because he's carrying that potency to distribute. So our responsibility is to have the connection. It's like you can have a house and all the electrical things perfectly done, all the fitting, all the electrical things perfectly done. If it is not connected with the powerhouse, you will not have current. The light will be everywhere, but the light will not be in the house because the connection is not made to the powerhouse. So one can be in a movement for years, for lifetimes. If we don't have connection with the spiritual master, we are on our own. And speculation will be our guide, or the deity, speculation. Because the spiritual master has not given the real training that will make one to become qualified to understand the message of Krishna, the message of Godhead. So he said here, one should cry when the spiritual master leaves the body. One should cry. Cry for the pain of separation. We're not crying because the spiritual master have died. That is not why we're crying. Non-devotees, they cry because the person, the thing they love has left, died. We are not crying because the spiritual master have died. We are crying because we are missing the physical association of the spiritual master, who have been training us like a father, been guiding us as a father. Missing that association, devotee cry. In appreciation for missing the association, in appreciation, devotee cries for missing that. Because when the spiritual master is physically present, he has a lot of influence in the disciples. When we look carefully about our system, you see the spiritual master have influence on the disciples, for those who are connected. We show how properly influence the disciples so much, so that they make very fast advancement. That is the proof of a bona fide spiritual master. And Prabhupada mentioned, after initiation, there should be a significant change in the life of the disciple after initiation. There should be a change. There is a significant change in the life of the disciple who have been initiated. It is not the same because the load has been taken off our head by the spiritual master. The spiritual master gives you the bead, is giving Krishna And when we are accepting Krishna from the spiritual master, he takes the load from our heads. That is his duty. And he gives the training by speaking regularly. Why the spiritual master speaks is to destroy the ignorance in the heart of the disciples. That is the purpose, to establish Krishna in the heart by destroying ignorance. Therefore, it is our duty to carefully listen and hear the message the spiritual master is giving. The message is Krishna in sound that he is distributing. So he must be potent to be able to destroy the ignorance. Sutta Goswami offered respectful obeisances to Sukadeva Goswami in appreciation for what he is. Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto the powerful son of Jasadeva, Sukadeva Goswami, who has the ability to enter the heart of the audience. Sukadeva Goswami didn't enter the heart, he entered the heart through the word, through his powerful speech. Means he can destroy the darkness in the heart of the audience and reveal Krishna, because Krishna is laying out. This is spiritual master. Seeing the activity of a bona fide person in one's life, one should be missing the spiritual master, and that will manifest through the tears. One who does not cry, means there is no connection with the spiritual master. There's no connection. One who has connection, the tears of appreciation will come. So it is not moroseness, it's not sadness. Because being morose or sad is the mode of darkness. It is ignorance. Lamentation, the mode of darkness. The disciple is crying, not lamentation. It's appreciation for what the spiritual master has been doing in his or her life. It's appreciating that. Because it is not a lamentation, it's not ignorance. The disciple will not forget his duty, because this is the time to prove what we have been learning from the spiritual master when he was physically present. When he physically disappeared, it is the time for us to prove what we have been learning. What kind of disciple we have been all along. What the spiritual master is physically present. What kind of disciple we are. Be shown after he has physically disappeared. What we will do after that. One who has heard attentively and followed will be empowered by the spiritual master that he will prove to the spiritual master, he will prove to others. He has been a faithful follower of the spiritual master by his activities. How we are going to perform our Christian consciousness after that? Are we going to close down the mission? Or we are simply just going to maintain what the spiritual master has given? Just maintaining what the spiritual master has given is a failure, not a success, because maintenance is Maya. Krishna consciousness is a dynamic process, means constant improvement. This is a movement. We say Hare Krishna movement. Movement means you have to move. If we don't move, Maya will move us. And it's happening. Maya is moving everybody. You cannot stay in one place. Maya is moving so many devotees. Why? Because we are not hearing the spiritual master properly. Because we are not following properly. Because we have not established a connection. When the physical presence is not there, we will not function. No, we should function. Yes, Prabhupada said, this is called the association of Vani. We are following his words. The spiritual master is dead in his word. The instruction will be ringing in our ears. It will be ringing constantly in our ears. For those who have heard properly, all the instruction will become live. And we'll be executing that. Execution of the spiritual master's order keeps us live. It gives life. It gives strength. It brings purification. It brings empowerment. So when one is empowered, we can represent the spiritual master perfectly. This is wanted. This is needed. Yes. So, after one cries for the separation, now it is time for us to demonstrate what we have learned from the spiritual master. We're going to expand it, become a bona fide representative of the spiritual master, that other people will be seeing him in our lives. Our gurus should be seen in our lives. This is how we'll continue. It will not end. Lamenting seriously, oh, now that the Guru has disappeared, what to do? There's no hope again for anything. Then my life is gone. That is for the disciples who have not listened perfectly. For those who listen perfectly, yes, they will say, yeah, this is the time for me to act, to expand what the spiritual master has established. That is what we are seeing here. Yes. As long as the spiritual master is physically present, the disciples will serve the physical body of the spiritual master. And when the spiritual master is no longer physically existing, the disciples will serve the instructions of the spiritual master. Hare Krishna. Comments, questions? Yes, sir.
When the Lord descends to the material planet, along he comes along with his associates.
Yes.
And once the pastime is enacted, and he goes back to his spiritual approach.
Yes.
I read somewhere that the associates forget their actual position what they come here. Only the Lord remembers to come back.
I have not read that.
So I was wondering what could it mean? What's the basis that we have to understand? The spiritual master must have come here, and after he having gone back to the spiritual abode, it could be possible that his pastime is over, that it could be forgotten.
No. His pastime cannot be forgotten because it's not material. And those who have associated with him spiritually will also not forget. Will remember everything and executed the order. That is Vani. Executing the instructions. If you have forgotten, how can we execute it? It cannot be forgotten. Only for those who have not been a good disciple, they can forget and they can live. When a spiritual master leaves, he leaves the physical presence. He didn't carry the spiritual potency with him. He leaves it with his disciple whom he has empowered to represent it. So while the spiritual master is here, although he has so many people he's preaching to, he has only a few people that he's talking to. Only few people he's talking to may have good audience, big audience, but only few people. Because not everybody hears. Only very few people hear. For example, when Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita, he didn't speak Bhagavad Gita in the house, not in the room, not even in the Pandavas camp. He spoke the Bhagavad Gita in between Arjuna and Dhira. Krishna was in the middle. Arjuna is here, Dhira is here, Krishna is in the middle. And he spoke Bhagavad Gita. Dhira didn't hear one word, only Arjuna heard. Only Arjuna had everything and he executed his duty. But Dhira didn't hear, therefore he failed. Similarly, the spiritual master is speaking publicly. Only very few people will hear. And those who hear, they will practice and become perfect. Those who do not hear, they will not practice, there is no perfection. So there's no forgetfulness. All right? Yeah. There's no mic. Okay. Thank you.
Like
This is good. Yes. Okay.
in this purport, like you explained,
Yes.
when spiritual master is existing, we have to do Bhakti Seva, and after release of the spiritual master, we do the body Seva.
Yes.
So sometimes we say we are not so like frequently we can do the Bhakti Seva of spiritual master because of like some distance we are staying, and the spiritual master through some counselor or mentor we are doing the service whatever the coming. So in this way, how we can feel that connection with spiritual master?
In the purport, it is mentioned that when the physical master is physically present, we should serve his form. And when he is not physically present, we serve his instruction. But we have seen that majority of us are serving very far distant places from the spiritual master, with the counselors and the other leaders. So how can we feel the presence of the spiritual master while we are not close to the spiritual master physically? The spiritual master is not a physical person. The services which we do is not material. Prabhupada told one of his disciples, you are chanting Hare Krishna in America, I am chanting Hare Krishna in India. What is the question of separation? We are connected. So if wherever you are, either in Brahmaloka or inside the water, on the earth, below, if you are conscious of your spiritual master, this service I'm doing is my connection with the spiritual master. You are connected. It doesn't have to be physical. That okay, some devotees they have this mentality. The only service I have for my guru is to cook for him. Only cooking. I want to see you gurus who eat 58 preparation. Then that is not service. That is not the only service. One can serve the spiritual master in many ways. Prabhupada said, devise many ways to expand Krishna consciousness. He didn't say one way. Prabhupada said many ways to expand Krishna consciousness. You can serve the spiritual master in many ways. The service is the heart. If one is preaching to the professor and thinking, I'm the best person in the world, you think the spiritual master will be affected by that? Someone is doing other things, oh yes, in this moment, I'm the one maintaining the organization. Are you not serious? It is our ego we are demonstrating. If somebody, a simple devotee, very simple devotee, sweeping the floor or cutting vegetables, whatever, and in the mind is thinking, oh, my guru is seeing what I'm doing, and he's going to give me blessings. This I'm doing is for him. You are thinking of the spiritual master. You are connected with the spiritual master. Advaita Charya, he called Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to come. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, Advaita Charya prayed, my Lord, I want some benediction from you. Yes, you called me, so ask me for anything. Ask me. Advaita Charya said, my dear Lord, people are very proud of their education. Aristocratic family, their beauty and wealth. Don't give them prayer. But the Mlechas, Yamanas, Pulindas, Kasas, Abiras, who feel themselves very lowly and they are chanting their glories, give them prayer. Yes! Let it be as you said. Right? It is the heart. Don't push any way out of the way because you are the best. Don't do that. That is not service for Guru. It is false ego. We are demonstrating our passion. It is not bhakti. Bhakti is inclusive. It will accommodate everyone. So the spiritual master will see among the disciples who have been training, who is mature, who is very serious, whom will I empower, that when I'm not physically here, he's going to carry everything on. He will look and check for those ones, and those ones he will empower to represent him. Not to those who have big positions, power, and fame. They may not have prema from the spiritual master. Bhakti has a formula and must follow the formula. If you don't follow the formula, you will not succeed. Yes. All right?
Thank you, Maharaj.
Okay. Hare Krishna. Yes. Bona fide, sir. Yes, the question was, and Prabhupada said you should follow strictly. So sometimes you forget. Because of so many reasons. So many reasons. And also we mentioned about the bona fide disciple. Who is a bona fide disciple? That was the question, right? The first instruction, the first and foremost instruction of the spiritual master is what? Chant 16 rounds, minimum 16 rounds without faith every day. That is the first instruction, the famous. In all circumstances, if we are bona fide disciple, a bona fide disciple will never, in any condition, fail to chant 16 rounds. either in good health or in bad health, will chant 16 hours. That's a bona fide disciple. A bona fide disciple sees his or her spiritual master constantly. A bona fide disciple will never feel my spiritual master is not here, I'm alone. He never feel like that. Bona fide disciple sees his spiritual master always with me. My Guru is with me here. He knows where I am. He knows what I'm doing. Therefore, I cannot do otherwise. That's a bona fide spiritual disciple. Bona fide. He is the shadow of the spiritual master. It's a bona fide disciple. Yes. He never forgets the instruction given to him or her by the spiritual master. Because that is his guiding principle. He keep the law just like we keep a mirror to see our face. A bona fide disciple keep the instruction of the spiritual master to see this is what I should do. This is what Prabhupada did. The instruction given to him, go and preach to English-speaking country. He didn't forget it. He took his time to prepare to execute the duty. He didn't forget. Whatever thing he was doing, it was just a preparation to execute his duty. And eventually he did it. As a bona fide disciple. He knows the heart of the spiritual master. A bona fide disciple knows the heart of the spiritual master. When the spiritual master says something, he understood perfectly what he meant. As bona fide. It's empowerment that he gets. Like Rupa Goswami is empowered by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Like he knows the heart of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but Chaitanya will say something, Rupa can give purport to it perfectly. That's a bona fide disciple. So, a bona fide disciple cannot forget the instructions of the Scriptures because he listens. He is very attentive. He knows that my spiritual master is my life and soul and my worshipable deity. To constantly meditate on the deity. All right? Yes?
Maintaining is maintaining. Something you mentioned in the lecture, and moving is so that just actually is it already? So now, like in the
That's the only volume? That's the last volume?
so like moving, like if you don't move forward toward transcendence, automatically we are moved by Maya. That's what you said, I think. Is that understanding correct?
Yes. Maintenance is Maya, means just to keep things going. That's Maya. We expand it. You have to expand. What is Yes. It's not maintenance. It means that not that we should break things. We should break things. That's what I mean. It means that no. This size of the temple should always remain like this. And 10 disciples, only 10 disciples here. This is enough. That is maintenance. No. We should continue to increase. Increasing quality. When we preach Krishna consciousness, it's expected that many people are going to be attracted to come. And when people come, we have to spend time to train them. Because we are making the future leaders. All right. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Shri Shri Gandharvika Giridhari Sriman Mahaprabhu ki jai. Perhaps, thank you very much.